Welcome to my newest venture in life. It's going to be a bit different. I'm going to step away from the NFL stuff for right now. I'm going to venture into a whole new scope. Um, I'm going through a rebranding effort. I love coming on how the podcast is not changing. It's just going to be done slightly differently. I'm going to dive into do something different as well. I want to add to the mix. I want to expand. Quite honestly, looking to expand. Um, as things begin to change, you'll notice my name will be different on a lot of my social medias to address or expand the rebranding effort overall. So, this video is to welcome you all to the new brand and to kind of explain kind of what I'm going, what I'm doing. So I love my podcast. I love my coming and hot the podcast. I love my NFL talk because I love to just talk shit about the NFL. That's not going to change. The style's not going to change. Everything's going to be exactly how it was. Um, but I am going to do a pseudo podcast network that I've really been wanting to do for a long time. So I may change coming in hot may change the name. I don't know yet. I haven't decided on that yet. But I'm going to create a new network umbrella, if you will. So we're going to do that. And then I'm going to start another podcast. It will not be related to anything sports. It will not be related to anything NFL. In fact, it probably makes a lot more sense with the rebranding effort overall as far as what I'm going to do with my network name. Because my network name is something that I've been working on for a long time. I've really liked it. Um, but I never really had as much direction as I do now. Ultimately, I have some massive ideas that if potentially someday in the future we can work on, I would love to do that shit. But until that day comes, we'll table those discussions. However, for right now, um, so I'm going to become the Uplifted Network. Um, Uplifted is something that I've come up with a long time ago in a tool to be more positive in everything that I do. Um, I will try to skew more positive in coming out the podcast, but like Scumbag Circus series is a lot of fun for me. I do enjoy just fucking berating the shit out of people, and I still cuss, so that's not going to change either. But the Uplifted Network is more towards promoting a positive change overall, positive spin, a positive direction, taking things that you know just to be inspiring and be motivational. That was always my goal with that. It was always what I've always wanted to do. Um, I'm gonna put a mock logo together as well at some point if I can learn how to draw and or not, or design something that I have an idea for what I want to do with that too. I've had that design for 10 fucking years at this point, honestly. Um, so Uplifted is going to be the network. Coming in hot, the podcast will come up underneath that. That will be, everything's going to come up underneath that. That's going to be my primary go-to name. Now, I may expand my podcast network. I don't know, and I'm going to do this all myself and then do this shit on my cell phone and the most wild of shit. I will add more YouTubes to that scenario. In fact, my other setup will be another playlist so that we can actually have them broken down. By coming out the podcast, through one playlist, we'll have my new venture, run down the other side. So I posted a TikTok today of a window that was um, unclear, if you will. And as I expanded out a little bit, things became a little bit more clear. So I am coming out with a new podcast. It's going to detail a little bit more of mental health struggles I'm going to detail my own fight with mental health struggles, my own experiences and situations that have come up, situations that are not fun, not exciting, and certainly not uh, probably the best to talk about. However, I'm well over a month out of my situation. I can talk about it now freely and not have any issues with it. Um, and I've also spent some time listening to some music that kind of pointed me in a direction. So, what all these things ultimately come down to is clarity. So, I'll have the Uplifted Network, Coming in Hot, the podcast, and Clarity, the Clarity podcast. Clarity, probably just Clarity. That's all I'm going to call it. Um, Tagline being is the devil took me to the edge and let me go. He fucked up. In the near future, be look out for that. That will be appearing on my probably rebranded page on Facebook. Um, and then it will I'll release an episode at some point here. Kind of just going through the start of the. I'm probably just going to go through the detail. I'm going to go a little bit less on that. But that effort, that situation has really come to a head because the more I thought about it and the more music that I listened to, these couple of songs, which I'll detail more in episodes, just really told me that I'm not the only person that's done this. And I'll explain more about what clarity is. I'll explain a lot about what clarity is in the first episode to really give you a taste of what's about to happen. It's kind of heavy, so take a fucking seat. Promise you, take a fucking seat because this shit is serious. I went to hell. I got let go. I came back. I have to be here for other people. I have to share my experience in that situation in order, hopefully, to impact someone else who's also going through the same shit or went through the same shit or could be going through the same shit. Because that's how I felt to be led. Now I do a dumbass podcast and I talk a lot of shit and I love my sports and I love my football and I love the shit. But this is a different level of shit. A much more serious tone. I may be goofy at times, who knows? I mean, because like I said, being out of the situation that I was in, I'm now able to talk about it, laugh about it, whatever. Just it's sometimes it's a big fucking joke. So I say all that to say that in the next couple of weeks, I'll look to put out an episode kind of detailing where this came from. I may break it up into 3 separate episodes because I may detail my situation. Song one, they got me to the point I'm at now, and song two, they really just nailed it home that this is what was necessary. A little 3 episode start. I don't know how long they're going to be yet. We'll see how long I talk. But as far as my rebranding, again, the Uplifted Network, look out for that to change. Clarity, the new podcast venture, detailing, I say men's mental health, but overall mental health in general. As a person who, again, got taken to the edge of scenarios and brought back. And I'm sorry, but I'm not really the type you don't fucking, you don't kidnap me and fucking let me come back. Because if you let me come back, then shit, then I am determined to fuck you over. Because that's how it goes. The devil literally took me to the edge, and he said, yeah, "No, you'll do what I've been telling you to do." And I looked back and said, "Bitch, you fucked up." We'll see y'all soon.